After intense engagement and the official closure of the Forum for China and African Cooperation Tuesday, President Muhammadu Buhari Wednesday settled for an intense bilateral engagement. His first point of call was the China's Great Hall, where he met with President Xi Jinping. The meeting between both presidents started exactly 10 a.m. Chinese time, which is 3 a.m. Nigerian time. Welcoming his guests, President Xi Jinping said he is pleased with Nigeria's role at strengthening China's tie with Africa. He assured President Muhammadu Buhari and his team that Nigeria will continue to enjoy Chinese support. In his response, President Buhari praised the Chinese leader for the numerous support his nation is rendering to Nigeria. After the brief speech-making session, both nations signed two key bilateral agreements. Minister of Finance, Mrs. Kemi Adeosun, and her Foreign Affairs counterpart, Mr. Geoffrey Oyema, signed for Nigeria. The first agreement is on a cooperation within the framework of the Silk Road Economic Belt and the 21st Century Maritime Skill Road Initiative, while the second is a framework agreement on the provision of concessional loan by China to Nigeria. The agreements signed include a 121.644 billion naira ICT loan from China to help Nigeria strengthen its Galaxy backbone. From the Great Hall of China, President Buhari and his team of governors and ministers drove to the office of the Premier of China for another meeting. Speaking through an interpreter, Premier Li Ke-Qiang, while receiving President Buhari, thanked Nigeria for its reliable alliance with the People's Republic of China. In his response, President Buhari pleaded with the Chinese government to assist Nigeria with funds to construct the much-talked-about Mambilla power project in Taraba State.
Mambilla hydro project remains a key priority for Nigeria. Our wish is to fully fund the project with concessionary loans from China.
Some cabinet ministers, governors and others who were part of the president's delegation at the two meetings spoke on the fallout of the engagements and benefits for Nigeria.
The President made a very strong case for us to get as much concessional money as possible. Concessional funding is around 1.9%. So the difference in interest rate, the money that we save by being able to get as much as possible concessional, is of course a saving to the Nigerian people.
We wanted to see duty waivers for our agricultural products coming into the Chinese market, like sesame and others. And this point was also well taken by the Chinese president.
We were careful not to focus so much on new things as much as reaffirming and reinforcing, the various projects we're working with them already on, whether it's around the rail or around power or around roads, as well as some of the other things that relate to human capacity building.
So what this gives to us is that we're part of the $60 billion that the Chinese is ready to invest in the African community.
With the Chinese, at least they put their money where their mouth is. They will assist us in developing our infrastructure as they are doing now in Nigeria.
We are hopeful that Nigeria will get benefit for money in its partnership with China, which they argue will not affect its relationship with the US and other Western countries. In the views of government officials from Nigeria, the series of engagement with China is undoubtedly yielding positive results. But the caution on the lips of many is for Nigerian government to ensure that China indeed gives quality for service. From Beijing, I'm Ikharo Attah, ITV News, China.